What's up, Royals? Welcome to Tonitra's Garden. We are back in the garden today. It has been a struggle out here, you guys. I am not even gonna lie. I have been struggling in this space and I was just like, I don't even know if I'm gonna have a garden this year. That's how much of a struggle it's been. But the gardener within me just will not let that happen. Contemplating like, will I have a garden this year? Will I have enough time? It's the middle of November. And I remember a couple of years ago, I planted like turnips and radishes and carrots in the middle of November, and they did really good. So I do feel like I still have time. If you're new here, I'm in San Antonio, Texas, zone 8B, and it's still pretty warm. I planted some cabbages up front, but the rest of these garden beds are empty. This is the summer garden. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna tear all of this stuff out, get the soil ready, get it nice and moist. I might put a couple of bags of potting mix on top of these beds, but we'll see how the soil is looking. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna pull out all of these old plants so that we can at least start planting some things in the next couple of days. So got my gloves, let's get to it. Okay, so we're gonna start with this first bed right here. This summer I had corn in here and then I had some midget melons in here. So that's what I had in this bed. The midget melons did good. The fire ants got to the corn, so it is what it is. My fire ant dilemma is starting to subside. We did end up spraying the house with some professional grade spray. So that has really made a difference in how many ants we have around the house, because I was telling y'all, like, these ants had taken over. And that's a big reason, I feel like, of why I'm so late in the gardening season and I haven't really done anything, is because I've just been in a constant battle. In here, I can see all of these fire ants at the roots of these plants. And so the fire ants are just eating the roots. That's what's going on. Just full transparency. You know, I've been feeling like I'm just in a lose-lose situation, but we're gonna continue to fight. I can't give up on the garden like that. So there are some fire ants in here. Actually, a lot of fire ants in here. I'm gonna let these clear out overnight. See if they clear out. And then maybe tomorrow I can start planting. But let me take all of this out of this area. Ooh, so scared. So I hope that I still have time. I mean, I do. It really doesn't get super cold here. It will freeze, but I know a lot of plants can take like a light freeze. So I'm not too worried. I do think I'll still be able to have somewhat of a fall garden. I know peas like cold weather. Lately, the temperature has been on a rise. And so I think it'll be a good time to get the peas in, because it'll be warm enough. It'll be a little bit warm so that they can get growing, and then it'll cool down. And they really like cold weather. So, you know, peas are one of my favorites. So I think I'll put the peas in the place of these cantaloupe. Oh, got some weeds in here. Okay, let's work on this other side. You know what I'm excited for? I'm excited for spring tomatoes next year. I haven't had tomatoes in like a whole year. So if you guys have started your fall gardens already, what do you have planted? Are you still working on planting out your beds? What's going on? I feel like I've missed you guys. I've been MIA. Life has been lifing. So really all the pests that I've been dealing with in this space have been aphids and fire ants. Those are the big culprits of why my garden has been struggling so much. But I feel like as I continue to grow in this space, you know, and learning the land, what works, what doesn't, things will start to get easier. So this will be my second growing season in this space. I started growing in this space in July, and that's actually like an off month because July is so hot, but the garden actually did okay in July. I did see some success, so I wasn't mad at it. Okay, this bed is pretty much clear. I'll grab all the rest of this stuff. All right, let's hit this next bed. We'll do this small bed first. So in this bed, I also had midget melons, and I put some extra okra plants in here. They did okay. The fire ants got to them, so you know, they were just extra anyway. But this bed actually did good. I did get a good amount of cantaloupe from here. Some of the cantaloupes I didn't even see, so I have a lot of seeds in this bed from the cantaloupes. And I did save a lot of seeds this year. So if you're looking for seeds, make sure that you check my website because I have seeds available. And Black Friday is coming up, so if you've never shopped my website, this would be a good time to get all the seeds that you've been wanting to get. So it'll be at a discount. So I did come out here and put some diatomaceous earth in this bed yesterday. And I don't see as many fire ants as I did yesterday, so that's good. We have a lot of weeds growing. They will suck the life out of your plants. It feels nice to be back in the garden though. It always feels nice. Always. So I'll definitely disturb this soil again. We can get more of these fire ants to scatter, hopefully leave this soil. All right, so we have one last raised bed. In this raised bed back here, I have Clemson spineless okra. And as you can see, we have a bunch of okra pods that are nice and dry. And so I'm gonna go ahead and try to pop these off the plant and save the seeds and then pull these plants out. I don't know how easy that will be. Let me see. I don't have any, okay, that wasn't too bad. I don't have any pruners on me. I don't really feel like going back down there to get them. Okay, let's get to it. So it turns out that the okra actually did very well. I got plenty of harvest from these plants, and I think that I'll do the same next year in the spring. Well, I don't know. I have to figure out where my tomato plants are gonna go. But they did very well in the raised bed. So I'm happy about that. Okra is definitely a champ. I do have these seeds on my website as well. Oh, this is gonna give me a hard time, I can already tell. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pull these plants out if I can. Let me see. This is gonna be a struggle, y'all. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna show y'all this. Yeah, look at the okra roots. Look at that. It's crazy. Okay, so I'm just gonna actually put these over here and I'll come back and get the seeds out maybe later today. Wow. This is insane. These are like tree trunks. Ooh, fire ants. See if I can knock 2 of them out. Look at that weed. It was attached to the root of this plant. That's why you don't want to leave your weeds in there. This one still has fire ant activity, so I'm gonna wait on that one. Ooh, there's a lot of fire ants at the base of this too. The soil is so dry. Get all of those. Be quick with that one. I don't know where all these twigs came from. I'm not too sure what those are. But we're gonna go ahead and get all of the debris out of here so that we can go ahead and disturb the soil some more and then, you know, water it down. I guess these are like leaves from the okra plants. They turned into like small sticks. So I'm just gonna take my shovel, you know, and just disturb the soil. Oh my gosh, it's so dry. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to put a couple bags of soil in here. Okay, so things are looking good. Here is the okra bed. Not the okra bed. Let me show you guys like a tour of each bed. Okay, so this is my entire garden. I have a total of 5 raised beds that are on the ground, and I have that little one back there. So in this raised bed, we planted some cabbage, which I had to totally replant all of the cabbages because they died. The fire ants were eating the roots of my cabbage plants. And so, you know, we're just struggling along and we totally had to replant. And this is where we're at now. So I'm hoping that we can get some success in this garden bed. This one's looking a little bit, you see the ants? They're just eating away. But we'll see. So in this bed, we have cabbage planted. We'll see what happens. This raised bed over here, I plan on putting broccoli and maybe some collards. This one is empty. Not too sure what I'm gonna do with this, but this is just what my garden looks like. Not too sure, but I have a lot of work to do, you guys, and still not too sure. So I will let you know what I plan to do, but I just wanted to show y'all what the garden kind of looks like, because I don't think y'all ever get a full view. So there she is in all her glory. If you're interested in these raised beds and this arch, make sure you check the description box. I have everything linked below. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and wet down all of this soil so that it can absorb the moisture overnight. And then I might have to wet it down again in the morning. There's a word for it when it's not absorbing moisture, and that's what's going on right now. So let's do that. All right, Royals. So I've wet down all of the raised beds. I'm going to go back and do another layer of water and just kind of mix it in. But that's what I'm going to do in order to get the soil back absorbing moisture. In the next couple of days, we will be planting up these raised beds. So make sure that you stick around. And we're gonna see if we get a fall garden this year. Fingers crossed that we do. We will see. All right, if you like this video, make sure to give me a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, Royals.